Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple, aka XRP. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate that. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So overall, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is, of course, Bitcoin's price being over 38.5K, up 2.40%. Not much movement throughout the altcoin market. We do see some, like, Solana and Luna up significantly, but nothing too crazy in terms of gains. It's most likely because of Bitcoin not being up severely. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, which is pretty good to see. But overall, not too much movement. Not nearly as much as I was actually hoping to see today. Indices actually had a fairly good close. Today is that monthly candle close. Yesterday was the weekly. Wasn't too crazy of a day yesterday, but of course, today I was expecting a little bit more upside potential for Bitcoin, but we didn't just get there yet. In terms of the Dow Jones, of course, the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, this actually doesn't look too bad. Things actually look pretty good. Of course, technical rating is, on a sell, but overall the change was actually pretty good. 406 and 469 points up for the Dow Jones and even the Nasdaq, and of course even the S&P 500 was up 83, almost 84 points. So pretty good price movement overall, but today we're actually going to be talking about the major looming factor over crypto right now, which is, of course, regulations. And things are getting heated currently. So let's actually talk about that. So first off, we do see this update from John E. Danger. The proposal also asserts that the new definition will overrule previous SEC no action letters and guidance, assuring certain kinds of systems are not securities exchanges. Gary Gensler intends to renege on no action letters to protect the banks from DeFi. We actually see here, sounds like the SEC is setting itself up to call all crypto securities. If this is not opposed, it will effectively kill the entire industry. Could this set an international precedent? Your take. And of course, the new SEC proposal could be disaster for DeFi exchanges. Pretty much they're trying to focus on DeFi to protect the banks. I'm right there with sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm right there with, Johnny Deaton on this. They want to protect the banks from DeFi. They see DeFi as a major risk to the banking scene. We've addressed this. We've talked about this. It was never really about XRP. XRP was just the main focus point at the time, but we do see them moving in on what the true overall leading factor of the lawsuit was, which was, of course, decentralized finance. And, we're seeing a lot of talks around, for example, I've talked to you guys about, on a day-to-day basis, regulations and how they are pretty much key to crypto success. Trust me, I'm all for regulations if they are implemented properly. The issue with regulations is the individuals who are bringing them to this space that are trying to actually counteract what cryptocurrencies truly mean and what they are truly going to be utilized for if they are properly regulated. That's the issue, is trying to get them properly regulated. And we actually see here, first they ignored us, then they laughed at us, then they sued us, then they wrote about us in the US news. Can you guess what happens next? And this is actually an article from the usnews.com talking about what Ripple is, how Ripple works, pretty much all, talking about, RippleNet, the technology, kind of selling it on it, if you will, the pros and cons here. And, they are talking more so about like control over it and regulations and stuff like that. Honestly, I really don't see why they would be talking about XRP like this, or even Ripple themselves, if there wasn't something going on. In my mind, there has to be a little bit of a spotlight on it before we do see that major next update in the lawsuit, which would be either a settlement or not. All I say is this: pay attention to the news that is flowing around Ripple during this time, specifically from places like usnews.com, because this is actually going to incite a massive flow of money into XRP if it does get regulatory clarity, which in my opinion, and I'm sure there's a lot of other, XRP supporters out there that also think like this, it's pretty much almost a guarantee for us to get, regulatory clarity if, and I say if, this battle continues the way it's been going. Because right now, Ripple has been dishing out win after win during the lawsuit. I know that right now, currently, we are in a little bit of an extension on the deadline of things. But of course, those extensions don't really mean too much. What really matters is the information that is going on within the lawsuit. And currently, right now, Ripple does have the upper hand. Of course, at least in my opinion, I see that. And then we do see here SEC's crypto crusade at risk in looming legal battles. Cryptocurrency payments firm Ripple has started to rack up procedural court victories as it fends off the SEC in a case that would redefine how the agency policies digital assets. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Like, Ripple is pretty much getting a win by win by win throughout this entire process. A lot of information, is pretty much going to be released that really kind of regards the idea on, is this case all built around corruption or not? And that's pretty much what we're awaiting to see. We're awaiting to see that next major update within this lawsuit, specifically, regarding the Hinman speech, if you will. And of course, there's a lot of, talks within this article that's pretty much comparing Ripple's lawsuit to like idiotic things, really. And we were even seeing Johnny Deaton, talk about it as well. That's the worst analogy I've ever heard. It's not even close to being applicable to the claims in the Ripple case. But overall, really kind of focus on the little wins that Ripple is gaining here, because there's really not that many losses that Ripple has taken during this entire SEC lawsuit process. And we actually see here, while details are still incoming from the White House, the former majority leader of the California State Assembly is too spot on, in terms of how policymakers and staff close to the administration are framing the impending executive order. Honestly, with the executive orders and with the talks around regulations, there's so much to really kind of pay attention to right now in crypto. It's not all about adoption, all right, what's going to pretty much bring the big money into crypto. Think logically. We need regulations in place in order for a lot of these major, individuals to actually hold, XRP. Specifically, if we're talking about banks, U.S. banks holding XRP, they would need to have regulatory clarity. They would need to know, what they can and what they can't do within their jurisdictional bounds with XRP. And we actually see here the White House looking at cryptocurrencies and how to regulate them shouldn't be interpreted as a negative. If anything, regulation brings legitimacy and broader adoption. More people participating is good. You can't get there without a minimum level of consumer protection. And I do completely agree with this. I just think it's the idea on the wrong individuals being, at the high end podium for these. Okay? You got to think about it like this. Who are the individuals behind the regulations that are coming to this space? If it's Gary Gensler, I really don't want to see the regulations that are put in place for crypto. We need to have individuals who are like-minded, that understand the tech, that understand the potential behind this, technology, because without that, we are not going to have solid fundamental, regulations, especially regulations that, in my opinion, will allow crypto to be utilized the way it properly is supposed to be utilized. And we also see here absolute proof the SEC never believed it could prove today's XRP is a security. If it truly believed in its bogus, absurd allegations, it would have sought a preliminary injunction to stop ongoing sales of XRP. It allows $50 million per month in illegal sales to help fund the defense. We see here, wait, this is too funny. In the middle of the SEC case, Ripple starts ramping up XRP sales. What does the SEC do? Tattle to the court. The SEC is getting bullied by Ripple. We do see a Ripple total sales, massive amounts. Okay, and this is all starting in Q1 to Q2 of 2021. This is the inception of the lawsuit here. So it's comical, to say the least, that selling has been skyrocketing from Ripple's standpoint. And we also see here, they're talking about not only did Ripple, raise over $1.4 billion as a result of the conduct at issue, but Ripple continues to raise $150 million a quarter for more XRP sales. So they're literally trying to, tattle to the court, if you will, without inciting any sort of legality problems in this case. This is comical to me, but it's also proof that, guess what? They cannot prove that XRP is a security at all. Again, another major win for Ripple. And talking about, overall wins and talking about regulations, we are seeing regulations being put on or in the spotlight. Russian government agrees on roadmap to regulate crypto instead of banning it, which again, we're seeing regulations being the main forefront right now. We're seeing regulations being, pretty much the leading factor in order for individuals to buy crypto, to hold crypto, to utilize crypto. We even see from India's crypto survey, many to invest in asset class, but only after regulatory clarity. And the best part about this is the fact that we are in this game before anybody else can play. There's people who are scared to play. They don't want to, even touch it because of regulatory clarity. But all of us that are investing into this solid, sound technology, which we know is incredible, we know it's extremely efficient, we have done the research, we are going to be the future 1%. I truly do believe that because guess what? Right now, if we're talking about crypto is literally sitting at a $1.66 trillion market cap. Okay? Think about how massive the market cap is going to be in 5 years. Okay, think about it at the all-time highs. We were almost 2x from here. So if we're talking about mass adoption taking over, we only have 200 million users of course, crypto. Think about it at mass scale when individuals are flooding into crypto once regulatory clarity is in place. And just so you guys know, we're seeing a lot of talks about maybe, the case ending in April. We do see maybe the case will go all the way until 2023. We don't specifically know when this is going to end. Okay, we just know that from a Ripple lawyer's standpoint, they're saying that they're confident that the SEC case will wrap up in April. If this is the case, if we're talking about regulatory, clarity coming to this space in April, the size, the magnitude of individuals coming to this space and pushing crypto to new all-time highs is going to be absolutely massive. I don't think people realize that when we do see regulatory clarity, we're going to see mass adoption, but individuals flooding in, buying it up. We even see this from India's standpoint. And just think, I honestly think that the market cap and the amount of money that will flow throughout this market is going to be unfathomable. I think it's going to be so huge. In terms of XRP, I also say this, okay, we already have, sort of mainstream attention right now. Imagine the amount of mainstream attention that we will have after we win the lawsuit. Okay, think about the individuals that are going to be watching Fox Business, CNBC. They're going to be listening, and everyone's going to be saying, Ripple wins the lawsuit. XRP has regulatory clarity, the first of its kind in crypto. Now they're ushering in regulations for all cryptocurrency. You know the amount of FOMO that will happen on XRP? It's going to be crazy. So with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.